Let's do it live. Oh, where'd my phone go? Oh, here it is. Okay. I need my phone. It's got my outline on there for my show notes and shit. Okay.
I know. Actually, whose original H.H. Holmes show was this?
Oh, fine. Boom. Are we live?
It better be.
I don't know.
Are we live?
I've hit the buttons. I don't know if it's showed up.
I'm refreshing.
Teddy, are we live?
We are live, Teddy.
No, I'm using my phone for my show.
Teddy, are we live? Teddy.
God damn it. Fuck you. From this episode of the Red Eye Report, we separate fact from fiction with a little bit of history. We listen to Ashtray talk about his new bitch, probably. And we bring
probably about it.
Speaking of Ashtray, ladies, back the fuck up. He is off the market. I'm sure we're gonna hear about his
Yeah.
What's his name?
George.
Nice.
Next to him, we have the all-seeing Oracle. Oracle and his family got a dog, and the only reason he got a dog is so he can teach his son how to kill it the right way with a fucking shovel. Yeah, we haven't forgotten. Never forget. We haven't forgotten.
Hey, old Yeller, man. Got to carry on the tradition.
That's right.
Then there's Mistic. Mistic is... I couldn't come up with anything safe.
Gay?
It's about time.
Sure, he's gay. No, not because of awesome, cool. And I'm saying I am always high and out of control.
High and out of control.
Right, according
You
to the
crazy
kitchen manager.
stoner.
That's a great piece.
You're a loose cannon. Before we start the show, we want to do our pause for the calls here. This week is Arthur the Armadillo.
Aw.
He was born with a reverse shell, so he turns into a U when he fucking football. It's more like a retarded U, and he can't.
And he can only roll 180 degrees before he gets stuck.
Yeah. He can't pull armadillo. He can't curl up there. So yeah.
There you go.
To Arthur. All right. This week the show is on H.H. Holmes. I read two books. Listened to two books. The first one was Devil in the White City.
Cheater.
Yeah. I mean, fuck you, man. It's just
I'm giving you shit. I love audiobooks.
And so I found another book that was the true history of it because the first.
Did you compare the books and be like, this one's total bullshit?
Well, it wasn't total bullshit. The first book I read, Devil in the White City, it was a great book.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
The logistics of
Oh,
putting
it's
it.
fantastic.
It's fantastic. The logistics of putting together the World's Fair was fucking phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
I did not think I'd be that interested in that shit. But it had some H.H. Holmes sprinkled in there. He got all of it. He tells you at the beginning of the book that all of his quotes and everything else from the book were taken from newspaper clippings and quotes from people. We'll get on that in a minute, a little bit later. So we're gonna start out. His name wasn't even H.H. Holmes. His name was Herman West. He was born May 16th, 1861. He changed his name.
Good day.
Home. Huh?
That was a good day.
Had to be there.
At 16, he graduates high school, and he elopes with his high school sweetheart, this Clara loving chick. She becomes his first wife. They have a son together. And his last. They have a son together named Robert. When he's 17, he decides he wants to go to medical school. So in order to pay for this, his wife does jobs to fucking get into medical school. He goes to University of Vermont for 1 year, and then he transfers to University of Michigan. Go Blue. He transferred. They say he transferred because their medical program was more about dissection, things like that, and
chopping up bodies.
So this is where he first starts getting into crime. Here, he starts doing insurance scams. He gets a cadaver. He'll get a cadaver either by stealing from a school or by grave robbing. Because schools back then, those plastic skeletons we see in class, those used to be real people skeletons back then.
Yeah.
You can't get people to dedicate themselves to science.
Grave robbing sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it?
So So they would buy bodies from
Bring back grave robbing. If I'm
Turn it
elected
into a CrossFit
president,
sport.
I
Who
will
can
bring
dig a
back
faster
grave
grave?
robbing.
MAGA, baby. Make America grave rob again.
So in 1885, he goes to his wife, and he's like, "Hey, I'm moving to Chicago," and then like pieces out. Like, man,
Oh wow.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
in Chicago, he
She
starts,
can't text him either at that age.
no. In Chicago, he starts using the pseudonym H.H. Holmes. He gets a job at a pharmacy. Now the legend says that he worked at the pharmacy for a little bit, and then the owner who was an old lady and her ailing husband mysteriously disappeared. Holmes told him that they were to go visit family. In actuality, he actually bought the fucking the pharmacy from her, and she was one of the people to really get paid by him because he's such a fucking scam artist.
So he did outright buy it.
He did outright buy it.
He did that right.
And while he's running this one, he meets his second wife, Murder Holmes. He did not divorce his first.
Her name was Murder Holmes.
Murta, M-E-R. That would have been just too,
Murta Holmes. Yeah.
So while he's in Chicago, he starts getting a scam on. They say he wanted. His dream was to make a patent medicine so he could pretty much get rich and live forever. Oh shit! I lost my place. Sorry.
But he didn't know shit about making medicine.
Well, he didn't know shit about making medicine. He was a doctor. He actually did graduate.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah.
graduate.
Yeah, he actually did.
Well, he was a doctor in 1870,
1870.
Yeah, sure.
which means
So
he barely
he was
knew
as
how to
smart
use
as you could be
leeches
back
or
then.
fucking- yeah, like
Smart as you could be back then.
So when he started
right as you and I.
No.
he started running these little scams. One of the things he would do is he would rent a bunch of stuff, like he rent a bunch of bikes, and then go out and sell those bikes.
And then just like
And
disappear.
then just not return him.
Yeah.
not
There's no
returning them.
GPS.
So when they came for his shit, they'd be like, "Where's our shit at?" And he's like, "Eh."
Oh, he
They
forgot to
sold-
figure out a weasel plan out.
So they put him. So he went to court a lot, and he was in Chicago for 8 years. And in those 8 years, he was involved in over 60 lawsuits against him and his aliases,
Wow.
trying to get shit back. Oh yeah, I mean it
No,
was.
he's just a total con artist.
A fucking Trump type of dude right here.
Yeah. God, think how easy it would have been back then.
Oh,
You're
exactly.
charming.
Yeah, dude, you could have gotten away with so much shit back then.
I'd have been a terrible person.
Yeah, there's stories about him like him locked in a room with
Left
creditors.
and right.
Like new creditors want to lock him up, and like he somehow smooches the rest of the creditors, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll give more time. We'll give more time."
Yeah. Well, especially post Civil War too.
Yeah.
Reconstruction era, like that shit
Mhm.
was all fucked up.
And lost my place. But anyway, 2 years later, 1887, he decides to build. The lot across the street is empty. He decides to build a building. It's 2 floors. The bottom's gonna be retail. The second floor is gonna be apartments. And this would become his murder castle, as they called it. He got 3 investors to go in for him to build it. He got it built, but he didn't pay the builders and he didn't pay the steel company. And the way he did this was he would go and look at people's work and be like, that nail's bent. That's bad work. I'm not paying.
Nitpicker. Oh,
That type of shit. And so they would fucking quit, take him to
Trump
court.
shit, bro.
hmm
He'd get another crew and keep doing it. By the time he added on to he added a 3rd floor, and this is around it was 5 years later. So like 91, 92. And he wants to he goes back to the investors and says, "I want to build a hotel on the 3rd floor because the World's Fair is coming, and it'll be good business." They thought it'd be good business because the World's Fair was gonna be big money. So they give him more credit. He builds the 3rd floor. It does the same shit, but it's shoddy work. Also, what he does is he gets on credit. He gets all this stuff to furnish the hotel. I should mention this. When he built the building, it does have you hear the rumor of the secret staircases. It did have two staircases, one going from the first floor to the second floor bathroom, and there's another one going from another second floor bathroom to his office, which was on it was supposedly on the back of the third floor. And he did also have some secret spaces, rooms and things, because that's where he hid the shit he stole from the creditors. And the thing is, these people knew about these rooms. They weren't really secret. People who worked there knew about them because it's right there. It's where he hid the shit. One of his employees who was disgruntled decided to call the creditors and let them know where their shit was hidden. So he showed them where the hidden rooms were. And these rooms were like, it was a wall. You can tell there's a door there. The way it was.
Yeah. Kind of obvious.
Yeah, extremely obvious. Where I'm at here. All right, let me go.
I guess they're still making it. You remember? That's probably where you heard about this. Ashtray was Martin Scorsese is making a mini series called The Devil in the White City.
He was supposed to.
It was supposed to. It's in pre-production. It says right now. It was supposed to have fucking
Leo, right?
I can't think of his name. Leonardo DiCaprio plays H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, perfect. H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, he would be.
1891. He is expected of killing his first two victims. 31-year-old Julia Smythe. She was actually the wife of a doctor who worked at a jury counter downstairs for Holmes. Once her husband found out,
he killed someone who worked right in the building. Boy, that's ballsy.
Yes, that's not smart.
No, no, he killed.
Granted, it is back then.
No, she didn't work for him. Her husband did.
Oh, he killed. Well, still, he killed the wife of a dude who worked for him.
Yeah,
that's
so
stupid.
Yep. So after the husband finds out, he abandons her with her 5-year-old kid and leaves. Her and her daughter disappear on December. I think it's Christmas Eve. 1891. They're never heard from again. There are stories that he tried to rent the apartment again. Well, he did rent the apartment again. But as the story goes, when they went to go look at it, which I don't believe is part of the story, that you can still, it was like somebody left in a hurry. There was still like food on the table and shit like that. But the person rented the apartment, so that's my thing. I'm like, if it looked like somebody got out in a hurry,
rented the apartment.
Yeah, right. Something nefarious went on here, but he's only asking half what normal people would ask.
That's some white people shit right there.
Right,
They're like, nothing to see here. Good deal.
Right.
In 1892, he's suspected of killing his second person, Emilisa Grand. She worked as a secretary for a doctor who made a vaccine called the gold vaccine. It was a shot that you could take to cure. He called it the gold to make more money because people thought it had gold in it. Did not have gold in it. But it was to cure alcoholism.
Oh,
cure alcoholism.
I'm sure that worked really well.
Right? It was probably a high dose of alcohol.
Yeah, right. It just got you drunk, so you forgot you were an alcoholic.
You're like, damn. Okay, I feel good. I don't need to drink until you wake up the next day.
I need another shot, Doc.
I need more of that gold.
But she disappeared in December of 1892, a year after the other lady, her kid. Her empty luggage was sent back to her mom, and he told people that she left with a guy.
She told people, this missing victim.
He told people that she left.
Oh, that was the story he told everyone.
He told people, yeah. And all the while, he's still doing these scams. He actually came up with his one of the main reasons he hired her, because he wanted the formula for the gold vaccine, but she didn't know it. So,
but he didn't know it.
He made his
Listerine?
His own silver vaccine, but it was not as profitable as the gold vaccine.
Well, yeah, silver's not as cool.
Silver.
All the while, he's still doing his what do you call it? Scams and shit. He's taking insurance policies out on people. He's making people notary republic and paying them a quarter every time they notarize some form he wants. And he was good at taking people's property. He ended up meeting a 24-year-old actress. This time he used the name Gordon, Harry Gordon. With her, he got her
classic name,
Harry Gordon.
He got her to sign over her land in Fort Worth, Texas for him. but he was the notary that endorsed the papers.
Yeah.
Her sister comes to visit, and then they both disappear. This is in 1893. In 1894, he acquired more buildings, but during the insurance scams, he did some arson things, and so the insurance companies are kind of upset about it. They're kind of catching on to him. He was using this one main name. I believe it was Benjamin something. And
Netanyahu?
Yeah.
Fucking BB.
But he was trying. He wanted to get the insurance for the building, and they told him. They said, okay, yeah, but Benjamin has to come get it. You can't come. This Holmes guy can't come get it as for him, and because they kind of knew that Holmes was using aliases, and that's how they.
Yeah, they knew he was up to some shit.
But he wanted to get out of town, so he left and went to fucking Fort Worth, Texas, for the land he got from Minnie and her sister. He did the exact same shit there. He actually built another kind of building.
This is after he was killing people in Chicago. He started another murder building down there.
Yeah, but they weren't murder buildings though. But
so you keep saying that in quotations. Did people die in them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, from what you're saying too, it kind of sounds like, you know what? All those rooms, like everybody knew about those rooms. There were no bodies in there. Like, so what you're saying is all bullshit, or?
Well, it wasn't all bullshit. He did kill people. They don't think anybody was killed in the castle.
Really?
Per se.
Really?
Really?
I thought there was like, remember they had those diagrams where it's like secret trap door and they fall into a pit of spikes and shit like
right?
that.
No, there were no trapdoors.
All that shit was
that shit's fake as fuck.
So that was all just fantasy, huh?
Well, it wasn't fantasy. What it was I don't want to skip to that part yet. I want to get to.
Building up to okay.
I am building up to it again. So after he gets run out of Fort Worth, Texas, he also tries to steal some horses and shit with the scam.
You don't steal horses in Texas.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Get shot.
This boy from New York City.
They shoot the curious.
Holy fuck! I'm going back.
Learn that in Waco.
He starts moving around the Midwest, St. Louis, Illinois. He's going around all these places doing the scams. He finds a partner of his named Howard Peisel. What's the guy's name? Shit, sorry. Peisel. Sorry, sir.
Oh, Peisel.
Oh, Peisel.
Yeah,
I hope his name was like Rupert. Rupert
he was always a schmuck.
Benjamin Freelon Peitzel. Sorry.
Oh.
That sounds much more sophisticated. He's probably got a degree.
They started running scams together, insurance scams and things, where they would get it, doing that kind of thing where they get a body. Because Holmes was a doctor, he could say he died a certain way, make it look a certain way, and then they get the money. Peisel, they came up with an idea to do it with Peisel.
Wait, hold on. So they take insurance claims out on people and then kill them and make it look like it was an accident or some shit?
No, they are taking insurance out on cadavers.
They're basically digging up bodies and be like, hey, here's the body of so-and-so.
Okay.
That's what they're doing that way. But that starts to dry up. So Peitzel was like, hey.
Yeah, you can only dig up so many bodies. That's hard work.
How about we do it with me?
What?
So they decided, and so his wife was in on it. Peitzel had a wife, Carrie, and they had 5 kids. So Peitzel was in on it. She was in on it also. But Peitzel, he just killed Peitzel.
Right.
So was Peitzel gonna wait? When Peitzel said, "Let's do it on me," did he think they were gonna fake my death?
Right. He thought he was it was supposed to take place in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to. Peitzel was going to go to Philadelphia for a little bit, set up himself as a scientist, and then have an explosion accident in his at his place.
Whoopsie. Meth lab.
And Holmes would get Holmes is supposed to get a cadaver and then bring it over and then go that way. So he just fucking kills Peitzel, takes some money for himself.
All right.
All the while he's on a run. He's moving around because the Pinkertons are after him.
You don't want to be fucking with the Pinkertons.
Fucking with the Pinkertons. So he goes back to St. Louis. Peitzel's wife was sick or whatever, so she couldn't come identify the body. I think she just didn't want to fake it off because she knew it. But it turned out to be her real fucking husband. So she sent her kids with her three of her kids, Howard and two girls. I think Howard was 11, one girl was like 14, and the other girl was like 6 or 8 or something like that. He takes custody of those kids and goes to identify the father. The oldest daughter, Alice, she identifies the body of her father. But instead of Holmes taking the kids back to their mother, he tells her that he wants to give her some time or whatever. So he takes the kids around with him. Later, he comes back and picks up the mother because she hasn't heard from her husband, and she hasn't heard from her fucking kids either that he's supposed to have. So Holmes tells her that her husband that because fidelity of life is as high as the pig and send her after him, that her husband went to London and he dropped the kids off with him, so the kids are in London. But this is in 1894. You can't just fucking dial up somebody.
You can't text.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's my Apple AirTag on my child?
I want to get the dates right here. So he's taking her around, and he's also. So anyway, in November 1894, Holmes is arrested in Boston. He got caught by the Pinkertons. Carrie Picell, the wife of Benjamin Picell, was also arrested, and she was she confessed to what he was arrested on insurance fraud. They got a long jacket against you, but he was ready to bail out. And when she confessed that they were trying to fraud they still didn't have enough to hold him, and they knew he had done some shit in Texas, so they actually were able to hold him over on a warrant from Texas for horse theft. While he's in jail, Miss Carrie Picell is like, "Hey, where the fuck are my kids? I traveled all around." She took her all around. They went to St. Louis. They went to fucking Detroit. They went to Toronto. They went all these places, and trying to track down her kids, whatever, while she was with him. And so while he's in jail, they're like, "Buddy, where are the kids at? What happened to the kids? Where are the kids at?" He doesn't want to tell anybody where the kids at. There's a detective named Dyer. I want to make sure I get this right. Dreyer. Hold on here.
Dreyer.
I want to make sure I got the name right.
That's his hip hop name.
Hip hop name. Dyer, broski. Dreyer. I'm sorry, Frank Geyer. He was
Frank. What a less way boring. Frank Geyer.
They also shipped him to because the death of Picell occurred. The fraud stuff and death occurred in Philadelphia. That's where he shipped him to. So Frank Geyer, he was supposedly, they say he was like a Sherlock Holmes level detective kind of guy. So he decided to go and try to find these kids. The way he tracked down was when he had him in custody, they went through his stuff and they got all these letters and shit. And because the kids were writing the mother was writing the kids, what town they were in, things like that. So he started. This is in 1894. He found the kids. He found the bodies of the kids in July of 1895. The two girls they found in a house in Toronto that he buried him in a house there. And the boy he killed in, I believe it was Illinois, a house in Illinois that he had. They don't know why he killed the kids, but this has never been heard of in this time before. And what made it so fucked up was he had a third wife that he had married. He had her, he had the mother of those kids, and he had the kids.
How do you keep it all straight?
All in the same caravan. So they were all in the same cities. So when these kids, at one time in Detroit, when the kids are writing to their mother that, hey, our brother's not with us anymore, but we're still with. He just came back because he left for like a day or two, and they came back without the kid, without Howard. So so as they're writing letters and shit, and the mother's writing letters and stuff, he's supposed to be giving these letters but he's not. He's holding on. And there are times where these kids that they found out
manipulated.
He'd have them on the same train in the same city, and their hotel would be like blocks from each other. And he's juggling it. Like, why the fuck was he doing this?
He's a fucking like narcissist manipulator.
What was the reason for killing these kids? So after they found his body in July,
kept wanting to buy Legos.
The Chicago police were like, hey, he was here for a while, So what the fuck happened? What did he do here? So they start tearing apart the fucking the hotel place he lived at that he had. But the upstairs was never made to a hotel. It was so shoddy that when the inspector inspected it, he put his foot through the roof because that's how shoddy the building was.
Through the roof. Was he doing a yoga pose?
He was like shit. He's like,
or was he on the roof?
Let's test his fucking ceiling.
I think he's in the top floor. He's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, he was on the roof inspecting stuff, and he put his foot through it because it was shoddy work. I mean, the walls were thin. Also, Holmes tried to burn it down, and it did. They were able to put the fire out.
So poorly made, he couldn't burn it.
It wouldn't even burn.
This wood's so wet.
The reason
mold
murder castle in parentheses is because this is national news. This guy did this, had this caravan of people, kill these kids, kill the father. This is national news. So people descend upon Chicago. The Chicago police start tearing apart this place. And the new people who claim they knew him. These are all these stories. All these stories start coming out about him not looking people in the eye and fucking and also they pretty much blame anything that happened in the 80 years he was in Chicago. They pretty much blamed it on him. What's even weirder is this one guy. This guy was never fucking charged. It's fucking weird. Let me pull up the fucking page. Sorry. What? Oh shit. Myron George Chapel. This guy shows up outside, but like everyday crowds were fucking gathered around. They did find 2 shallow graves. One belonging to one set of bones belonging to what they believe was a little girl. The first lady who killed he killed. They think that was her daughter, and the other lady they thought was a socialite because her checkbook was in his office. And she had gone missing, so they think it was hers. This guy Myron Chapel shows up and just starts talking to police. Hey, he was like, "Hey, I am a skeleton articulator. That's the person who strips all the meat off the skeleton and bleaches them and stuff."
Skeleton articulator.
Wow.
He says, I got a bunch of bodies from Holmes to articulate, and they're like, "Whoa, buddy, come talk to us."
You can't be articulating in here.
So he takes them through the hotel and stuff, through the building, and starts pointing out things, saying, like, we did this, we did that, this is where I got the body, blah, blah, blah. Never fucking charged, by the way. And he tells them that fucking he toss bodies out to shoot and do all this other stuff.
That's where the shoot story came from?
Yeah, there's a shoot story.
So was there an actual shoot? Was there a body shoot?
There was an actual shoot, but it's not used for bodies. It was a dumbwaiter to for the floor.
It was a dumbwaiter? Oh, that's not the same.
Floor. Yeah.
That's not a shoot. That's a dumbwaiter.
Right.
It's a murder fucking elevator.
Murder waiter.
So the cop kind of makes
it's full of spikes
because he's telling all this stuff and everything else, and they're believing him every word. They're believing him. He gives them a trunk full of hair and some women's clothes that he says he got from the bodies that they got from Holmes.
Trunk full of hair. What the fuck?
One of the main reasons they believed him is because Holmes had 2 safes, one on each floor, first, second floor, and he knew the combination to one of the safes, so they believe that he fucking was telling the real truth. Turns out it was all bullshit.
He was the killer the whole time.
So his wife and son came forward and said he doesn't know how to articulate skeletons.
He don't know how to articulate.
What? This guy, he's just
willy nilly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Turns out
sounds like some Tiger King shit right here.
Oh my god.
Turns out he was a drunk that liked to tell stories.
What the fuck?
The 2 trunks they gave him, one with a hair and the other with actually.
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you, but like, my buddy Tom was an active listener. One of his insults is like, "You're dumber than a box of hair," and that's just like trunk of hair. You're dumber than a trunk of hair.
What do you go down to the fucking barber shop and just scoop up some hair or what?
Or were these from the bodies?
It wasn't like a trunk full of hair. It had some hair in the trunk.
Some hair.
I didn't feel like a bunch of hair in the trunk.
Enough to be noticed back then without fluorescence.
Yeah, but it was not real hair.
It wasn't even real old shit.
Yeah, it wasn't real. So
what the fuck?
So he made them look like fucking idiots. But what made it even worse is I didn't even know this was a term. I thought the book was being racist. The fucking yellow journalism. Y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was a term. So this is 1895. You can't really fact check the news. Also, not everybody was sending their reporters to Chicago to vet these stories. to vet these stories. So and people
Was this in the era? Was it Hirsch or whatever, or the fucking tabloid tycoon back in the day?
Yeah, Hirsch. Yeah, his paper was one of them actually. Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah, they painted all kinds of salacious shit.
Yeah, that was the first time they called it a murder capital. And then they started. One guy told one newspaper that there were gas pipes and everything else because he tried to burn the top floor. He started the fire started the top floor. You could see the pipes and things, but they were water pipes. They weren't fucking gas pipes. but that's kind of how they shit got. Like all this shit got started off a rumor because they were listening. They were taking what people said in the streets. I knew Holmes. I saw him on the fucking when such and such died. Fucking when the World Fair was on, I saw him on the west side of Chicago. So he had to kill that person. And this shit.
That dude used to suck dick for mescaline.
Yeah, right.
And I seen him.
I seen him. So that's kind of where it went. They slandered his wives. His wives didn't want to talk to the newspaper.
How many wives did he have total?
He had 3 total.
3 total. All at once? Like a polyamory or polygamy thing?
He never divorced them. He just fucking.
They never knew each other.
Oh, I see.
They never knew each other.
Okay.
He abandoned the first 2 and his 2 kids.
That's true. Back then, you could also have more than one family,
right?
And
yeah,
like especially if you're the one paying the bills.
No, you couldn't, because they were.
I'm just saying, like you could hide it from one family to another. It's like
okay, yeah, it wasn't
easily back then. I'm busy. I'm on the road working, honey, while you spend time with the other family and telling them that you're getting ready to go on the road working to go back to the other one.
Jesus, no.
Jesus always knows. He was the co-pilot. So October 28th, 1895, Holmes' murder trials begins. He declines to have a lawyer. He declines his lawyer. And
of course he does.
And he represents himself.
Yeah.
That worked out. The trial started October 28th. The trial ended November 2nd.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking
total narcissist too. Like, yeah, I'm gonna represent myself.
Yeah. He kind of sunk himself, mainly because he fucking did it. But also while he was in jail for that year and stuff, he wrote autobiography. He gave reporters fucking what do you call those things, interviews. He also in his autobiography I couldn't think of the word actually. I couldn't just like spear fingers. I couldn't think of it.
You're killing me tonight, Kenny.
I'm high and out of control.
What do you call those things?
Reefer madness.
Oh my god. Okay, so where was
Where the white women at?
What God, where was I at? I was talking about something. I lost my train of thought. Shit. Oh, the interviews. In his autobiography, he admitted to killing like 29, 30 people.
Damn.
29.
Holy
The
fuck.
fucked up part of that is a majority of those people came like I'm not dead.
Oh,
I'm not
really? They said they weren't actually dead.
They weren't dead, yeah. He was a pathological liar, so they really couldn't take what he said like in his autobiography.
Right. So he's probably some pussy bitch ass serial killer who killed 2.5 people and made up all the rest.
The only
like a midget, or he just
like
paralyzed
took their legs off, and he was a doctor, right?
Yeah, the only murder he's been convicted of was the Etzel, the father, Peisel.
Oh, just one murder then, huh?
Really?
Yeah, they because that's what they originally were holding him on, because what was that's what they ended up getting him for because of the insurance fraud they did, and it turned out to be the real guy. He was hung May 7, 1896. There was a conspiracy theory that said he got away.
Good for him.
Because they said they got in front of him before they hung him, and when they dropped, so people were saying that he fucking, he kind of escaped that way. They kind of let him go.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Why the fuck would they let him go?
When he was while he was in jail, there were scientists and things that
he gave really good head.
Yeah. While he was in jail, there were scientists that wanted to study his brain because this was unheard of. Like, why would you do these type of things? But he was sort of ironically of being his grave being robbed. that he requested to be encased in 10 feet of cement.
Damn.
So yeah,
I
good
wonder if
luck.
they honored that.
Yeah,
they
I'd be like,
oblige?
okay, cool, dude. I don't
Sure,
give a
yeah,
fuck.
we were there.
Right? And then I'd fucking throw him out back in
They
the
just
pond
throw him in the
somewhere.
Chicago River.
Right.
Fuck you, dick.
Supposedly they did honor it, and he is buried.
What?
And also,
Who the fuck
I
paid
don't
for
believe
that?
that shit.
Fucking
Yeah,
taxpayers.
I'm
Yeah,
just
Ten
he
feet of
probably had an
concrete back
insurance
then. That's
scheme
like
where-
half the fucking Chicago GDP. Not affording that shit.
but yeah, that's H.H. Holmes. It's
All right, this is more interesting than the last time we did it, which was probably 8 to 10 years ago.
We did H.H.
Yeah.
Holmes.
Oh, I swear we did.
yeah. So
I
like,
think
That
I
was
did
forever ago.
one about the Devil in the White City. That
That
fucking
might have been it.
the book.
Yeah.
Or one of us did, because I remember talking about
Teddy
this.
has
I
the
think I might have watched
debunking
a
of it.
documentary about it or something.
So yeah, this episode was way better than I thought it was going to be.
it was all the papers. I mean, they did
Yeah.
a lot of times, like if you're in Nevada, you're not gonna send somebody to Chicago. So what they would do is they would read the most popular paper and just fucking reprint that shit.
Sure.
Yeah, rewrite it,
Other shit. Yes, that's how that shit kind of went around.
embellish it.
And there were crowds of people outside every fucking day. They said while they were
And was
investigating.
there what was this before the telephone still? Can't remember when the fucking telephone came out, but they probably had
I
telegrams.
think the
I-
telephone was like the
Beep, beep,
middle of
beep, beep,
1800s, I think.
Yeah, I think it was around, but not super adopted.
I'm sure rich people
Yeah,
probably
rich
had.
ass people.
But any questions, fellas? Or
Yeah, Teddy.
felt like there's a lot of information I had to go over. Sorry if I was speeding through it.
No, that was good.
No, that was way more
A lot more
different than I thought
knew
it was going to
about
be.
it, yeah.
Well, I found it interesting. I gotta tell somebody. Gotta tell him.
Yeah, right.
This
Oh,
chapel
bullshit.
drunk guy, this articulator guy, like
Okay,
who
well,
the
Yeah.
fuck?
he, well, like I said, he knew his way around the castle. He knew
Yeah.
he was walking and stuff, but it was turned out he was just bullshit. He opened the door, like, oh, there's a door. I got the bodies in here. He took him to the basement and told him that if they a vat over here is where he kept the acid to
That's where he dissolved his bodies.
Yeah, how did he know the fucking combination to that
He-
safe then, though?
Yeah,
right. Exactly. That's another thing. Like, how do you know the
Yeah,
combination?
that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like about the safe, one of the safes was there was something about one of the safes. It did have it was lined with asbestos. They were both walk-in safes. It was lined with asbestos, and they say to make it soundproof. I don't know why you put asbestos in a fucking safe.
Well, back then they used it
Fireproof,
for
right?
everything. They didn't think it was bad back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just insulation. I mean, that's so. But
Yeah, I mean that's what it was used for back then, but it was a miracle.
there's a worker who used to work for Holmes, and he said he told the papers when all this shit was happening that Holmes asked him to step inside to test the fucking.
Step in here.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Test-
right.
Ask some fucking rich, weird fucking weirdo to ask me to step in his safe.
Yeah, see was soundproof. And that's kind of where that whole safe thing came from. They did say that the second floor safe had a footprint on it, and they think but they don't know where the footprint came from. The thing is about the footprint is some people saw the footprint, some people saw no footprint, some people saw two kids' footprints. It was like whenever they put the door, you see that footprint right there?
Fucking
like,
ghosts.
Yeah, but they said it was etched in with acid, and I'm like, how do you etch a footprint in a fucking door with acid?
Yeah, right.
If they jumped out of the acid tub and tried to run away.
He would have to put like acid on the floor or something in the vault. It's
I'm thinking they're covered in acid. Their flesh is falling off and they're trying to
But
make it to the door. Look at, they were wearing Air Jordans.
yeah, and there are actually other news stories where people were like, "Hey, but you can't blame." They were blaming everything in Chicago that happened from 85 to 90 to 94 on him. Pretty much, if he disappeared during the World Fair, he did it. You know,
it was him,
it was him. He fucking did it.
Good thing the Chicago Bears weren't around at that.
right?
You fucking
Ah.
did on H.H.
Yeah, right.
Holmes.
Oh God, right? It's a good thing. It's a good thing he was a real upright, citizen who never scammed a heart or soul prior in his life. It's like, dude, he's kind of like deserving of that even if it is embellished mystique, where it's like he just fucking conned and ripped people off his entire life.
He would take people's property.
Fuck that fucker. Let's believe he's a monster.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the what's sexy part of the show. We're gonna start off with Oracle, who got a new fucking dog, and he's black.
Look at that dog.
I love fucking black people.
Yep.
All right.
He's not totally black. He's a mix.
That's bullshit. You wouldn't let me come to your front door when I came to your house.
You go through the back, boy.
Right. Check in.
So
with
I got a fucking dog. Elsa from the not from the Dane County Humane Society, but from the Clark County Humane Society. She's a lab mix. Apparently, she came from an Amish farm, which pretty much all the dogs at the Clark County Humane Society come from Amish farms. But she's a real sweetheart. It's kind of funny.
How old?
2 years old. And she's desperately wanting to be friends with my 2 cats.
Yeah.
But she will come up to them, and it's funny. They'll actually sit next to her now, but they get freaked out when she looks at them because she'll fucking stare at them. She has this crazy hunter instinct. So she'll actually scoot the other way, but still sit next to the cats. So they'll let her sit next to her. Yeah, she's doing really good. It's cool.
How long you had her?
A week now.
Nice.
Doing great.
Yeah, you got a nice property. You have a dog.
Yeah.
2 cats and a dog.
Yep.
Fucking all-American dream there. Fucking little Tater running around. He's probably getting in even more trouble now, scooting around. That's why you need a dog, is to watch out for that little fucker.
Cool. Next up, we have Mistic unraveling in front of our fucking eyes.
I just think it's funny. No matter what happens in the election, this is comedic gold. Just watching Trump fucking unravel because a black woman is fucking his day up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
it's a curveball, he thought.
And he can't handle it. He can't handle the fucking... I seriously think at this debate, if she pushes him hard enough, he's going to turn into Colonel Jessup from fucking A Few Good Men and just be like, you can't handle the truth. The truth is I fucked a lot of bitches. Just fucking start freaking out about something. It's
and I wonder, did I hear right that what the contention was is that Trump wanted to have it still be no hot mics, and Kamala was like, yeah, let's have hot mics. And
I don't know. I have no idea what they agreed to. I tend not to read the articles. I just look at the headlines, and then
I just work for the news. I don't read it.
I listen to enough of him speaking every day, so I don't have to read the articles and listen to his fucking.
That?
It's an Oni mask my buddy got me. It is.
Oh, that's cool. Fuck up my what's sexy, dude.
Yeah, right. Teddy's showing off something sexy.
I just fucking showing off your weird Japanese bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm done. Go and move on.
Right, we're already running late.
Fucking asshole.
Next up is Ashtray, your finally upgraded Yode MakerBot.
Yeah, the old fucking 3D printer I bought 2013. Finally, the old laptop that ran it died, and when I was out visiting my buddy Tom, he's got 2 of these where he prints mini figurines and stuff. But man, just to see what a decade in the difference in the technology. Whereas you don't have to turn these little screws on the bottom to try to balance out the build plate and then slide a little piece of paper under the extruder. This motherfucker, you just turn it on and it goes through this whole dance, right? Where it's it's tapping the bed and auto leveling it. And then it goes, there's a whole thing where it starts vibrating the whole machine, almost it sounds like it's going to explode. And it basically is just testing the surface that you have it on. Is it on a wobbly bench? Is it on the ground? and it factors all that in to its fucking brain in the sense that like it compensates for a wobble in the printer while it's going really fast.
Wobble.
It's pretty goddamn impressive. And then it's got this whole LiDAR on it where it lays the first layer down, then it goes back over it and scans it and like makes sure, like, does it look like it's laid down like it's supposed to? If not, it'll cancel out. And
Really?
then, yeah, it'll basically be like, this is a failed, first layer.
Right. So it doesn't waste the whole fucking thing and then you have to start over.
It's supposed to have this what's called like spaghetti detection, which would be a thing where there's an error and it just starts spraying out plastic over dead air. It just like noodles out and makes a big mess.
Right.
Like it's the AI is supposed to be able to detect like when it's detecting that in the camera because it's got its own webcam in it. And then like while I'm at work, I can watch the progress of my print. And it has it's called like the AMS system where it's like you can put 4 different spools and you can print multicolor and it will like, it'll cut off and retract the one color. This is all automatic. And then it spits out the color that you were using, loads the other color in, spits out enough of that, and then starts with a whole brand new color. And actually, my buddy Tom just texted me that out in Arizona or New Mexico, they had the power go out and both their printers were printing mid-project. 2 hours later, when the power came back on, they turned the printer on and it says, "Do you want to resume print?"
And it starts right
like full dead power, and it remembered where it left off.
Nice.
And he could it didn't fail the print.
What kind is it?
It's called Bamboo Lab is the name of the company, but it's the it's kind of like their flagship best model is the X1 Carbon. And this is like the combo mode where you get that extra device that lets you put 4 different spools in of material.
Yeah, my wife is she teaches this thing called Project Lead the Way, and they do 3D printing shit. So she was looking into getting one. So I was just
I would highly recommend for.
Oh, they're cool.
Especially if you're dealing with kids, because it does so much. Just like
no, this won't be taken to there. They have one at the school. I'd fuck those kids, break my shit. She wanted one to play with it at home.
Oh, well, this is one like if you just want one to play with. There's plenty of like decent.
Yeah, I won't get the high end one. I'm not gonna buy something to fucking
yeah.
Prefer.
Just
want to play with.
Yeah, for like you want reliable, like you're running this fucker like a workhorse.
Awesome.
Which is what I need to do.
Yeah. Word.
Right.
New moving on to me. Mine is my son's doing great at school, which leads us into the fuck you think part of the section. So we're gonna start with me first. Me yelling at my son for doing bad in school for no fucking reason.
Ooh.
So my son, he's a good kid, good student. I don't have to. He They have this app called Skyward. I don't know if your wife uses.
I know what Skyward is for daycare.
What's that?
Yeah, so, it's your son's grades or however they keep track of whatever they're learning and stuff. So the minute it's like the minute the teacher puts a grade in to the system, it automatically pops to that, and we know his grades. Like when he turns his homework in and she grades it and she puts it in the system, we automatically.
For every assignment, you basically get like this is what they got.
There's no hiding the grade.
You can't hide that shit then anymore.
Exactly, no. Hide it. And so,
remember you could take that F and make it into a square A.
And this one assignment got posted, and it was a 0. And I was like, and I always ask him every day, I'm like, before you get home, you have to do your homework. Before you get on your phone and call your friends, or before you get into Oculus or call you. Before you do anything, you need to finish your homework. But there was a homework assignment he didn't do it. I was like, I thought you said you did your homework that day on that Tuesday. He said, well, I did do all my homework. And I was like, well, this assignment says you didn't do it. And he's like, well, that assignment's not due yet. And it shouldn't be. And I'm like, that. Come on, son, really, it's not due.
Come on.
And then he's like, well, I didn't know it was homework. I'm like, you really didn't know it was homework. I mean, any assignment they give you, you give it. And I was kind of pressing him and stuff. And then it turns out, fucking a week and a half later, the fucking grade gets taken down. I get a note from the teacher saying that it wasn't finished. It was It wasn't Tuesday she put it up. It was like 2 Tuesdays from there that it was due.
There was an error on their part.
No, well, that's the thing. My wife has. She doesn't have that exact software, but the one she has is almost like it sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
And if they put an assignment in there and don't specify a date, it'll automatically give everybody a 0.
0, yeah.
So parents just like read it as a 0 and
shit. Yeah.
riding their kids'
And I'm like,
asses.
Fell for that shit.
So,
That sounds insufferable as a kid.
I was like, fuck. So I'm at work again. Things like I was like, hey, how did this assignment? And I look and I'm like, oh, he got a 92. Awesome, cool. So I'm like, hey, son, what do you want to do today? He's like, what? I'm like, so Dad kind of fucked
What
up.
did I do wrong now?
That assignment you said he's like, yeah, we finished it. And I was like, yeah, I know. She put in a 0. She changed the grade. I jumped to conclusions. Sorry. Because I gave the whole fucking this will not happen again.
Yep. I will fucking beat you with your Switch.
I mean, I gave the fucking.
I will Nintendo Switch your ass.
I mean, you got all this freedom and I ask you a question. If you say it, if you tell me the answer, I believe you. And I felt like I was lied to. Blah blah. So yeah, I gave him spiel and shit. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
See, you fucked up twice by apologizing. You should have just been like, I know it was fucking wrong, but it was your fault, kid.
Yeah.
He's got to learn. You know,
that's life.
Yep, shit rolls
life,
downhill.
bro.
Once I die,
your boss is never gonna apologize.
No, so I told him.
He's got to learn.
You got to learn how to work your boss. Don't work around him. Don't.
I'm just fucking with you, Teddy. That is very mature parenting to say that you fucked up. Honestly.
I was like, but hey, but now you know what happened if you don't do your homework assignments in the final.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
That's a good. Yeah. Make it into a learning lesson.
Yeah, it's kind of like a learning experience. I think we went to go. I think we went to get ramen or something because he wanted to do. I was like, yeah, cool. Up next is Oracle with fucking meth. Oh, math. Fucking math.
Whoa.
Math. Not math. Math.
I got excited shit.
I wish it was meth.
Math is better. Math is better.
Math is better than math. Yeah, I got a new math heavy class that I'm working on. Cryptography.
Oof. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Damn.
It fucking sucks. I don't know what it is. I can fucking sit and work on all kinds of computer science shit for hours and hours. When I start working through some like hardcore math, god damn.
My brain doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. I feel like I'm just like molasses. I'm just retarded.
Oh yeah.
Shit. And it like depletes me in 10 minutes. And it sucks. The fuck math.
I thought you already graduated.
No, I'm still fucking good doing this.
Still working at it.
The cybersecurity.
Yeah, I mean,
certifications or whatever. Is it a certification or
no?
an
This is a master's.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but this is the class that they warned.
Changing.
Yeah, this is the class that they warned me about when I joined the program. They're this is gonna fuck you up. Be ready.
Hey, but just think, if you can get through it, you pretty much got her. You know what I mean? If this is the hardest thing they have.
Oh yeah.
You need to find just the right amount of mushrooms.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
And then I'll just be a genius at math. Fucking beautiful.
It would be fucking. You solve the world's fucking hunger crisis and shit.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Or if I did do it,
I just took a lot of mushrooms.
Right. Yes, I took a lot of mushrooms. I figured out how to take fucking Russia down.
And then I would forget about it like immediately.
Yeah, right. And then fucking wake up the next morning and be like, no, I didn't write it down.
The news is everyone's at your door. You took Russia down. What? I don't remember anything.
Yeah. So fuck math.
Fuck math.
Fucking math, man. Up next, we have Mistic with fuck computers.
Yeah, fuck computers, fuck math, fuck sciences.
So
while we're Skyping this
last Tuesday, our whole fucking editing system goes down, right? And I mean, you need video. It's a fucking news. News. So like we kind of got fucked. Like they have been trying to fix this fucking thing since last Tuesday, and it fucking went down today. Like half an hour before the show.
Oh man,
I had a ton of shit still to do, dude. It's insane. Like at some point, you need to fire who is ever trying to fix this and find someone who could fix it. Because what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is a pretty big fucking
contractor for that software service, I'm assuming.
It's through a company called Grass Valley, but their fucking engineers are only over the phone shit. Like from what I have been told, Kyle, of course his name's Kyle. I'm sure he's got a murder dungeon somewhere. But anyway, he's a fucking weird dude. But he's had to rebuild multiple servers and shit because like it's just an unknown error that keeps tripping. Like these servers.
So he's kind of the IT tech guy there.
Yeah. Like these servers keep tripping a log or a fucking between a like being neutral and then being like, oh, there's something wrong. Like it'll shut down because fucking they think, it thinks that the fucking system is being hacked or some stupid shit.
Damn, so he's got basically a whole nother set of hardware and new drives, like build another server to get it going again.
He's been doing. The guy, I think, has been working straight for a week and a half. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking just.
Can you imagine the pressure on your shoulders?
It looks like he's fucking been. Looks like he's been through war.
That guy needs meth.
Yeah. And I kind of feel bad for him. But if he's the only one doing it, you need to get another person to help. You need to figure some shit out because we can't keep fucking fucking up our newscasts because people are just going to stop watching because we have no video. You got fucking weather for 15 minutes talking about shit because we don't have enough video to cover the whole show.
Yeah, or having to do like a redundant kind of like, well, we're going to do it. We're going to have this server and we're going to have a whole nother separate server that is ready to switch over to if needed.
The photographers have laptops and they can they edit their stuff on their laptops when this stuff happens. But
your video editing thing is centralized, is it not?
Mine is, yeah. Me and the other editor, ours is all in-house. So when it goes down, we can't do anything. Like we can't access any of the files that are there. We can't move shit around in our fucking in our rundown and the server rundown and shit. Like it's just dead. So we're sitting here doing fucking jack shit. Like I just don't understand how.
Just waiting while you're watching people running with their heads
3
up.
days, you don't go, you know what? We need to fucking bring in a specialist and get this shit fucking taken care of.
Yeah, right? Especially when you're a fucking station.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't even think about just how because your deadlines are they're multiple a day. It has to be met.
Yeah.
Right. 6 shows. Yeah. They don't stop. You know what I mean? It's every day. 6 shows. So whatever. But
so did they just have to regurgitate some stories from the previous airings to just limp through
earlier in the day or limp through it? Yeah. Run a package from fucking last week, about some dumb story shit.
Yeah, right.
Start
this
making
girl
some
who's
stuff
selling muffins for her Barbie who broke her leg.
While other stations have actual news going on, we're fucking replaying like you said, a Barbie fucking package about some kid who has a fucking,
right. Brought the community together.
Before
Barbie was found in the gutter and Ken was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Ken stabbed her in the heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
All right, next up we have Ashtray with Magavano just can't quit him.
Yeah, so Ashtray derriere might be on the news sometime, but it sounds like it might not be for another maybe 2-4 weeks. Basically, this story, secret red eye report information, is that this woman had these signs from Minocqua Brewing Company that are anti-Trump. It says nope, not in Wisconsin. It's Trump with a clown face. And someone's been going in the middle of the night up to her signs in her front yard and spray painting them white. Just psh, not even tagging them, just trying to white them out. This guy's done it 4 times. And so the the whole neighborhood is invested. They're lending her trail cams and stuff. And she got they've got a side picture, kind of a side profile. He's got this double chin. It kind of looks just like a an old MAGA dude who's probably 64 and drives faster on his way to work and just decides he's going to sneak on and just fuck with her signs. And so the brewing company like redesigned the file to make it 4 foot by 3 foot, and they had our sign shop reprint it. And then Channel 3000 News comes over to do a piece about it, which I was stressing about because, like, God damn, I don't got fucking time for the news to come in. Well, let's set up a shot. It's like, I got shit to do. Anyways, I think it went well enough, like, where I'm going to be in, like, the B-roll of, like, probably, like, cutting the sign or, like, cleaning the material. And the cameraman and reporter were actually, like, pretty cool in the sense of just, like, being genuinely interested in, like, the process, but not like, hey, we need you to explain this, but just, like, as a reporter, where, like, how...
Teddy, what are you doing? You sucking a dick or something?
Fuck I was doing. So anyways, the point is they're gonna bait this guy to like hopefully spray paint this big sign. Yeah, so they're not gonna air this. The reporter was basically saying, like, they're still wanting, like, to let the police try to finish their investigation. But it's kind of one of those things too. Like, if I was a dude who was like that, kind of like, fuck that sign, maybe I'd be bold enough to do it twice. But more than that, this day and age, it's like cameras are so cheap. Like, you're gonna get your dumb ass caught.
I don't understand why they're not running the story. That doesn't make any sense.
They're waiting to see if the police investigation, and also because basically this whole thing is this reprint of the sign is they're still like, they're waiting they're like, hey, look at this. You ruined 4 of these small 24. They were 24 by 18 signs. They're this big that he vandalized. So she's got one 4 foot by 3 foot now to bait him to come fuck with it.
Yeah.
So, like, they're not going to air it.
It almost doesn't even sound like journalism. That just sounds like so. I don't understand why they
to catch a MAGA. That's what it is. It's some Sting thing.
Fucking People's Republic of fucking Madison over there. You guys haven't got other shit to worry about?
Oh, yeah. I guess
I'm so used to fucking murder. Like, 3 cops got shot today in Milwaukee, so we're not doing fucking...
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why? They're just wasting their time over here for some shit that might run 2 weeks from now? Get the fuck out of here.
Have you all seen the video of the guy? I think it was a MAGA guy. He keeps getting a sign taken up his lawn, so he decided to electrify it. Have y'all seen that?
No.
That's kind of funny.
And he put a camera on it, so like, because the people off his yard, so he electrified it. Oh my God!
Oh, nice.
I'm like, if it's their property, let them put whatever sign.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, give the shit, dude. It's his property.
Exactly.
That's the thing is, like, whether whichever your politics, it's like, just fucking don't fuck with people's signs.
Yeah. Stay off their goddamn property.
Right.
I'm a king in the castle. If I want to fly a pussy flag, I will. You know?
It's about time.
And that's our show. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, you goddamn sign stealers. We're going to be here every Wednesday or Thursday night, whenever the fuck we feel like, because it's our goddamn show. You can't twill us anymore. We don't
right.
Join the conversation at the Red Report.
You got pension.
Or Facebook.com/the Red Report. This is Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
Oh, sorry. Like us, share us, and fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Teddy.
I'm Oracle.
I'm Mistic.
This might be the ashtray.